Good afternoon there, friends and neighbors. Welcome to Red Rock Firewood. In today's video, this is some footage I recorded way back in the late winter, early spring. And we are taking down some hackberry trees. This is in the shelter belt that is on the north and west side of my house. You can kind of see my house in the background back there. And it was initially planted to white pines, and then, through the years, a lot of the white pines died out and some other stuff grew up. And there was a lot of brush honeysuckle and a lot of mulberry. And so when I initially cleaned this out, obviously it's easier to leave a tree and make a decision on it later than it is to take a tree down and then wish that you could put it back. You really can't put them back. So I left these hackberry trees not being real for sure just what my goals for this part of my property were and if I wanted to take them or leave them. So initially I just took down, I think the only thing that I cut alive was brush honeysuckle and mulberry. And there were a few cherries that I cut just because they were really gnarly and nasty and weren't really healthy trees anyways. So on this day, I came back through and my goals for this part of my property are going to be to either use for pasture, for livestock, or else I'm thinking about on the back end planting a food plot for wildlife for hunting purposes. And so I've come to the decision that I want these hackberry trees gone. And there are also, I think, one or two cedar trees that I take down here. There's a piece of the old barbed wire fence that used to go through here, and I just had it hanging on a tree. There comes one of the calves that I had at that time. I've since sold the calves. Chasing her off so that she didn't get hit by a fallen tree. So just cleaning up the property. All these trees I later processed into firewood and are in a bin drying now. But you can see there I've got my hammer out for driving in the wedges to tip the tree the way I want it to go. And I've got a bottle of stump treatment sitting there beside me on an old stump. The stump that treatment is sitting on is an old pine stump. There used to be a lot more white pines in this area than what there are now, and a lot of them just died. I think we might be just a little bit too far south for pine trees to really thrive. And I'm told by the previous owner that her father actually planted them a lot thicker than what perhaps they should have been, and maybe the pine trees should have been thinned out years ago, and that may have helped the health of the pine trees. But I'm grateful for the pine trees I have left, and I'm not cutting down any of those that are healthy. I really like pine trees, so we'll let them. But this hackberry I'm taking out to open up just to get more sunlight to the ground, whether that's, like I say, for pasture or for wildlife. So I think I'll just kind of let the video roll here with some music playing in the background, and I'll just jump on with a voiceover if there's something interesting or something that I think I could add to the video by commenting on. So hope you guys enjoy. I used this footage for another project and just thought it might be a good fit here. So hope you enjoy it. Thanks for coming along. I'm taking down a cedar, and so far I've been leaving a lot of the cedars because they, stay green in the wintertime and will offer some wind protection to the house. That one was getting rotten on the bottom and was kind of scabby at the top. And then here is a white pine that I'm going to take down. It is just very dead, just clinging to life a very small amount. It's really rotten, and my wife wants to plant a garden here kind of next to where I'm cutting, and there is a crabapple tree over there, kind of the second tree. Well, the tree, yeah, it's on the right of your screen. There's several trees there. It's kind of hard to tell which one it is. And I don't want this pine tree to eventually fall down and crush that crabapple tree. And so rather than kind of taking the chance on that, I'm going to just take it down now. And yeah, there's not really much salvageable about it. It's just going to go in a brush pile here and we'll burn it. Get rid of it. But that's the story on this cedar and this white pine. I think everything else I cut down this day was hackberry. Okay, so here in a second, this tree does fall, and it doesn't, unfortunately, fall exactly the way I wanted it to. Um, yeah, it kind of did. It just, that limb on that little tree there in the background was sticking out further than I maybe realized. But that was not the crabapple tree. That was just a elm tree that was standing there, and I actually wound up taking it down later. So, wasn't a big loss. I was on the fence about whether I was taking that elm tree down or not, and when that pine tree kind of snapped it, it just helped make that decision easier. This is another elm that I'm taking down, and this one is going because it's just kind of growing here on the edge of my hayfield and just casting a lot of shade. It's one of those field edge trees that's leaning real hard and just shading out the field and just not meeting my goals for this area of the property. So it is going to become firewood. I just realized while I was watching this back that I did not film myself cutting the notch in this tree. And there may have been a couple others that I didn't film myself cutting the notch in. But I assure you I did. I did notch all these trees to get them to hinge and fall the way I want them to. Hopefully you can kind of see it there. So that's all I have for today, folks. Thanks for joining us. Have fun, be safe out there, and we'll see you next time at Red Rock Firewood. Bye for now.